Greetings, survivors and friends, SHADOWFRAX here, and welcome to Rust, and a look through all that's new, including the deep sea and an upgrade to our hearing. Talking of which, if I sound a bit different, I'm currently between mics until I replace an interface. Sorry. But first, what every hardcore survival game needs: mood lighting and bean bags, which disappointingly don't require bean cans to craft. Never mind, because this month's DLC is all about base pimping. And first up, Manny the Mannequin, who after waiting patiently for a suitable monetization opportunity has now escaped the Hack Week event horizon and can be used for both clothing storage and decoy purposes. He can be bent into 16 different poses, and you can either swap your current clothing with him, including backpacks, etc., which is very useful, or open him up and equip clothing to him directly. Just note that he doesn't currently have a belt bar, so won't hold weapons or such like. He is potentially useful as a decoy, as I say, but please note he only has 30 health regardless of what you equip on him, with any equipped clothing dropping to the floor when he's destroyed. Next, we have a light-up wall cabinet with a pass-through, which has both 18 slots for storage and a small shelf, which, yes, you can fit another box on, along with the usual small items. Then there's an electric table lamp made from an old oil can, and which also has a pass-through, and an adjustable length chandelier, which can be raised or lowered as your whims require, and that has a maximum reach of 2 wall heights. Sadly not swing-onable though, missed a big trick there they did. Following this, we have bean bags, which I think are just a chair reskin, although the pose when sitting on one is interesting. There are 2 varieties: fabric and leather. Probably best not to sit naked on the latter for too long, and they both give 100% comfort, like the chair. We have new string lights and fairy lights, which both act in the same way as the Christmas lights, with adjustable slack, as per usual. Doesn't look like there are any flashing modes yet, but with a week to go, this is all subject to bulb change. For cinematographers or those who just like to shine the light on stuff, there are 2 new spotlights, one floor mounted and another which can be glued to walls and ceilings. Both are adjustable too. All you need to do is whip out your hammer and stand where you want it to point. That's about it. Very simple and self-explanatory. And lastly, there are a couple of fluorescent lights, both hanging and wall-mounted flavors, and which you'll be overjoyed to know will also affect growables. The team aren't finished yet though, and there's talk of a fountain and possibly some new wallpapers to go along with this, so it should be a pretty meaty DLC when it hits the virtual shelves next week. There's a big change coming to gunshot network range, which basically means a boost to how far away weapons can be heard. All gunshots will be audible from at least 400 meters, which is 50 more than current, and higher powered shooty sticks will be audible from even farther, with M249s and miniguns, for instance, going to 600 meters, and L96s and bolties being a whopping 700 meters, which is about 4.5 grid squares worth. In some other changes, looking at the commits, there's a fix to not being able to stack C4 with different frequencies even after disabling RF. You'll be able to place ceiling lights on rocks, you should be able to place barricades on sand dunes at the excavator, and for admins only on staging, there's now a handy rangefinder function on the binoculars. September's patch will probably be fairly tame compared to others, and I'll give you a rundown of all the final stuff next week, but October is of course shaping up to make a much bigger splash with the naval update, and just recently several new deep sea branches are being worked on furiously, which will definitely be a part of this. It doesn't appear to be testable right now, but the gist of it is that there'll be a new deep sea area outside of the island map, which players will be able to access via portals at the edge, and which will wrap around, so that if you sail off the west side, you'll end up Pac-Manning back into the deep sea on the east side, etc, etc. According to the commits, this new area, separate to the main island, will be home to some scattered small islands, ghost ships, and probably floating cities and scientist patrol boats. The edge will also be categorized by radiation and bigger waves, which I guess is a nice clue that you're getting out of your depth, as the sea here is hopefully going to be deeper. It had better be, or I'm asking for a refund. Does that mean there will be new stuff to dive for? Will we see that submarine wreck from Concept Limbo make an appearance? The hunt for Rust October or something? Hopefully I should be able to tell you more soon, but let me know in the comments what you think to this week's offerings and whether this new DLC turns you on or not. Right, you are up to date. Leave a like and a sub. Join me on all my socials and my Steam group, and feel free to support my work here via YouTube memberships, super thanks, or my Patreon. Links are all below. I'll catch you all soon, but in the meantime, keep calm and stay rusty. Cheerio. Sadly not swing-onable though.